Good evening and welcome to the Alex G. Spano Center here on the campus of the University of the Pacific in Stockton. Paul Meiskens here. Glad you could join us for this West Coast Conference volleyball matchup as the San Francisco Dons come to town to take on your Pacific Tigers. The Dons come into tonight 5-14 overall on the season, 1-7 in West Coast Conference play, but the Dons come into this evening on a positive note as they snapped a 11-match losing streak on Saturday with a 5-set win against Gonzaga, a game that was won in large part because of their defense, one of their better defensive outings of the season as they held Gonzaga to hitting under 200 in the 5-set match. Bunch of players for the Dons had career-high nights led by Katia Garcia. She had 23 kills to lead the way, and then a career high for her, 29 digs in that win. And Anna Dallavecchia also with 29 digs, which tied her career high as the Dons snapped an 11-match losing streak with that 5-set win at home against Gonzaga. Meanwhile, Pacific comes into tonight 11-9 overall on the season, 3-5 in West Coast Conference play. Pacific still looking for their first home win of the season, just the 5th home match of the season after starting the season on the road for 14 straight. The Tigers last week dropped a 4-set match against Pepperdine, and then on Saturday the Tigers were down 2-0 against LMU, but won sets 3 and 4 to force a 5th and deciding set. But unfortunately for Pacific, they dropped that 5th and final set against LMU. In that loss for Pacific, the Tigers were led by Allison Denneman with 16 kills. Riley Patterson had 15 kills, and then the lone other Tiger in double figures was Lucy Carpenter. A big afternoon for her, but it wasn't quite enough for Pacific in that 5-set loss. And this is already the second time these two sides have met. The Tigers haven't played everybody. We'll see Santa Clara come to Stockton on Saturday for the first time we've seen them this season. But in the second game of the West Coast Conference play for Pacific up in San Francisco, the Tigers defeated the Dons in 5 sets, a game that saw Patterson and Denman once again leading the way. Patterson had 26 kills and Allison Denman had 21 kills for Pacific in that 5-set win, and McKenna Marshall led the way in that loss for the Dons with 16 kills. So final minute is ticking off here. We'll step aside for the national anthem and be back with starting lineups and first serve here from the Spano Center. It's the Dons and Tigers coming up in a few minutes. Welcome back to the Alex G. Spano Center as we are getting set for West Coast Conference volleyball here this evening between the San Francisco Dons and the Pacific Tigers. Dons see there as they are being introduced. 5-14 overall, 1-7 in West Coast Conference play, coming off of their first win in West Coast Conference play on Saturday, a 5-set win against Gonzaga. The Dons have 3 players with over 100 kills so far on the season, led by Katia Garcia, the senior from Mexico, with 224 kills. As you can see her being introduced there. Will be kind of easy to spot, kind of has that left leg with a brace on, as Garcia mentioned, coming off of a big afternoon on Saturday against Gonzaga. 23 kills and a career high 29 digs, and certainly it will be a big factor here for the Dons. She also leads the Dons with 25 aces on the season. And then you have Emily Zinger, the 6'3" junior from Texas, with 192 kills on the season, and Cambito, the junior from Columbia, with 134 kills, as the Dons are led by head coach Frank Laverisha in his 3rd season. Shane Tai, the associate head coach, assistant coach Casey Nady, and the volunteer assistant Beji Setang, as Pacific now getting ready to be introduced. And the Tigers, of course, have been led on offense all season long by the sophomore from Sonora, Riley Patterson, 288 kills on the season. Mentioned she led the way for the Tigers in the 5-set win against the Dons earlier this season with 26 kills, had 15 kills on Saturday in the 5-set loss against LMU, and then also over 200 kills on the season is the sophomore from Indiana, Allison Tinneman. She has been outstanding this season. 243 kills, also among the team leaders with 19 aces. Well, really a lot of the Tigers with over 15 aces on the season. Tigers will be very aggressive at times from the service line. As you see Carissa Bradford now being introduced, she has 138 kills on the season. And then also over 100 kills is Kennedy Kaminsky with 149 and Sedona Sherman with 115. So you've got 5 Tigers with over 100 kills on the season, 2 Tigers with over 200. As the Tigers led by head coach Greg Gibbons in his 10th season, assisted by Corey Ricks and Katie Hookman, and of course certified athletic trainer Annette Martinez and Joey Rossi, the director of performance. As we get set to get going here, the Tigers in the orange and black, going from left to right on your monitor here in set 1, while the Dons in the green, going from right to left. Pacific has struggled in West Coast Conference play to get off to good starts. Coming into West Coast Conference play, the Tigers had won 4 straight first sets, but since then, in their 8 matches in West Coast Conference play, the Tigers have won just 1 first set, that coming last Thursday against Pepperdine, when the Tigers took set 1 against the Waves, but then dropped the next 3 in the 4-set loss to the Waves. So we'll see if the Tigers can get off to a good start here tonight. Tigers lost the first set in San Francisco before coming back and winning that one in 5. Talking with the Dons SID Mark Rivera before the match, he's talking about how the Dons seem to get off to good starts, but then have that go for naught. We'll see who can get off to a good start here tonight. As going back to serve to get us going will be Katia Garcia. Leads the Dons with 25 aces on the season, the 5'10" senior from Mexico. And a service here will get us going. So the team leader in aces serves one into the net. Patterson now back to serve for Pacific. She leads the Tigers with 23 aces on the season. And a first kill of the night will go to Sophie Sydenham, the 5'10" sophomore from Scottsdale, Arizona. And that'll send Anna Dallavecchia back to serve for the Dons. Just over the top of the net. Nice job by Tubbs to get it up. And the attacker there on Denneman. That was a nice serve by Dallavecchia, just barely over the top of the net with lots of movement down. Tubbs was able to get it up, but then the attack here So back-to-back points for the Dons, 2-1. Handled much better there. And the first swing for Kaminsky put down to tie it at 2. Kaminsky, the sophomore from Arizona. See there, heads to the sideline after her first kill, her 150th kill of the season. As Jaden Tubbs back to serve. Nice serve there, gives Garcia a little bit of trouble, and then the attack air. So didn't end up in an ace, but Garcia had trouble with that serve and then the attack air. So back-to-back points, and Pacific now in front 3-2. Again, they serve Garcia. She handles it much better there. Nice dig in the back row by Patterson. Now Denneman over. Easy dig for Dallavecchia. Now Patterson keeps alive for Pacific. Dallavecchia again with the dig in the back row. Ball tipped over. Pacific back on the attack. Good rally here. Denneman. No touch. So a attack air there from Denneman. Her second of the evening. As Mona Toa back to serve. The sophomore from Hawaii. The line drive serve there handled by Patterson. Sherman's first swing of the night not able to be put down, and that one will get put down by Sydenham. So another kill for Sydenham. Her second kill of the night. Serve not handled that very well by Denneman, but will end up in a point for Pacific as Denneman able to get the touch off the swing and gets her first kill of the night to tie things back up at 4. Anna DeScriver back to serve. Missed the match last Thursday with an illness. Is back in the lineup for Pacific on Saturday, and DeScriver not able to get to that one. So when she was out last Thursday, the Tigers went with the 5-1 with Leo. With her back, so is the 6-2. Meanwhile, the Dons came into the season with plans of running the 6-2, but they've been running the 5-1 with Wada, the sophomore from Hawaii. And a deep serve there handled by Patterson. Sherman blocked. And they're actually going to say it was hit into the net on the Pacific side and came back. So 4 touches and the point for the Dons on the attack air. As Araujo leans down, bounces it low, and kind of quite the pre-serve get up, but it ends up ending up in an ace. Her 13th ace of the season for the senior from Long Beach. And so 7-4 Dons here early. And again, slow start for Pacific. Carpenter, and that swing nowhere close. And we're going to see an early timeout called by head coach Greg Gibbons after that attack error. So after a back and forth start right now, an 8-4 USF lead here in set 1. 3 kills for Sydenham so far for the Dons, and I want to say she might be the only one on the Dons with a kill, as the Tigers have helped out the Dons with more than a few. Meanwhile, Sydenham 3 kills on 3 swings. She has all 3 kills for the Dons. We lead 8-4 here in set one. Out of the timeout, Tigers were first back out on the court. 8-4 Dons. Arujo still serving. Again, serves at Patterson. Denman will get the swing. And the swing is wide. And I think we're going to see a challenge. And so the previous play will be challenged by Pacific. As see if there was a touch on that ball hit by Denman. For now, the call ruled out, and if so, that'd be another attack error by Pacific. And would make it a 9-4 Dons lead. As you can see, the Tiger Band here, as they always are. Not a bad crowd here tonight. Third straight home match for Pacific. Tigers will be back home again on Saturday afternoon for a 12 noon match against Santa Clara. And then after that, the Tigers will head on the road for two tough back-to-back road games at San Diego and BYU before they then return home for a pair of games. So that part of the season and conference play where home for a week or so, then gone, but or anything's better than the start of the season. The saw Pacific start the year with 14 straight on the road. The Tigers started the season at UC Davis. They went 2-1 at the Aggie Invitational. Then they went to New Mexico where they went 1-2. Then the UNLV Invitational where they won the tournament. They went 3-0, defeating Texas Tech, Idaho, and UNLV. Then a 2-1 showing at the Bulldog Brawl in Indiana before the start of West Coast Conference play. Saw the Tigers win back-to-back 5-set matches. And the replay will have the call changed. And the announcer said the ball was inbounds. I think they probably called a touch, is more like what they called. So that will be a kill for Allison Denman, her second kill of the night. And we'll make it 8-5. As Denman, after the kill, back to serve. Garcia with her first kill of the night. Mentioned Garcia had 23 kills on Saturday against Gonzaga. Gets her first kill of the night there, her 225th kill on the year. Patterson kept alive in the back row by Toto. Carpenter will get a swing. Digged by Toto. And the point for the Dons. Ursula Staka back to serve, handled by Tubbs. Sherman will get her first kill of the night. Sherman, the freshman from Arizona, now with 116 kills on the season. She will now head back to serve, does have 6 aces. Short jumping serve and nearly an ace. That one gives the Dons all sorts of trouble. Overpass put down by Kaminsky. So another case where the serve didn't result in an ace, but resulted in a point for Pacific, as we will see a substitution here for the Dons, as Wagstaff will come off and Victoria Grace Rogers on. 10-7 Dons here in set one. Garcia, cross-court swing, and that one's going to end up finding the second row of the seats behind us. Sherman unable to handle that swing. And that'll send Ali Wada back to serve. The sophomore setter from Hawaii. 10 aces on the season. Handled by Denneman. Carpenter gets her first kill of the night. Carpenter, after not playing a whole lot last season, sure has had a couple really big games this season, including 10 on Saturday against LMU. That was just her second time of her career and this season that she was in double-figure kills. The other coming way back at the start of the season when she had 12 against Idaho. Overpass. Not able to be put down. Ball finds its way back to the Pacific side. Kaminsky the swing. Kept alive by Wada. Now Garcia with the tip. Kaminsky punches it back over, and now the Dons scrambling to get it over. They do, and now Pacific will set. Sherman unable to put it down. Sorry, Bradford. Dons again, and this time it's able to be put down. Zinger, the lefty, gets her first kill of the night. So a good rally there, ends up going the Dons' way. So off the Zinger kill, that'll send Garcia back to serve. Saw her serve to get us going here tonight with a service error. Nice swing there by Bradford for her first kill. Bradford, the freshman from Granada Hills, came into tonight with 138 kills on the season. And a good swing there, entered the block a little bit late to get up. And Don's unable to handle that swing as Tubbs pushes it up to keep it alive. Now Patterson off the Don, back over, and then put down by Kaminsky. Kaminsky kind of gives a little shrug after that one. Still kind of smiling after that one as she puts that one down and cuts the deficit down to 2. Denneman, taped by Garcia. Kaminsky with the block this time, so a kill and a block for points. And that has the Dons head coach Frank Lavrisha up, arguing that perhaps that she had reached over the net for that block. Play continues. Dons lead down to 1 to try to put it over on 2. Kaminsky will end up playing an awkward free ball over. And now free ball played back. Pacific a chance to tie it up. Denneman. Nice sliding dig there by Garcia to keep it alive. Now free ball played over by Sydenham. Bradford puts it down. And we are tied at 12. And that'll get a timeout called by the Dons as Pacific has come back and tied this first set up at 12. Tigers trailed by 4 or 5 here earlier in the set, but they've come back to tie things up at 12. Mentioned Pacific has struggled to take first sets in West Coast Conference play, just 1-7 in the first set in West Coast Conference play, but right now they've come back to tie things up at 12 and starting to hit much better. Tigers now up to 227 on the night. Dons still out hitting Pacific up to 313, but right now we are tied at 12 after that last kill from Bradford. She now has 2 kills on the night. Denneman and Kaminsky also with 2 kills apiece, and then Sherman, Carpenter, and Patterson also with a kill. Meanwhile, for the Dons, Sydenham with 3, Garcia with 2, and then Zinger with the lone other kill for the Dons. As you see the Tigers breaking the huddle there. Tigers often are the first team back out onto the floor after timeouts, whether they've called the timeout or not. As the Dons break their huddle as the horn goes off. Tied at 12. Riley Patterson back to serve. Tigers leader with 23 aces on the season. A more conservative serve there from Patterson. And that swing is long from Zinger. So Pacific with the lead now, 13-12. Zinger was looking for that back corner and just hit it a little too far. Zinger again off the Tiger block. Tubbs chases it down. Now Denman is going to get the swing, but the ball handling error there. And the point for the Dons. Staka back into the front row for the Dons. As Dalla Vecchia back to serve, a jumping right-handed serve handled by Tubbs. Bradford will get the kill, 4 touches. So Bradford now with 3 kills on the night, puts the Tigers back in front. Bradford 3 kills on 5 airless swings. Back to Zinger. This time there was a touch. Last couple of minutes we've seen the Dons really going to Zinger here on the far side of your screen. And this time Zinger able to put it down for the kill. To'o back to serve. Sherman puts Pacific back in front, her second kill as off the kill. Couple of substitutions, Carpenter back into the front row and Connor Describer back to serve. Scriver 19 aces on the season, looking for 20 and misses. The first service error of the night for Pacific. Dons also with a service error along with an ace. As serving for both sides have been pretty clean, although I've also been pretty conservative for the most part, although a couple of good serves by Pacific has led to points, just not in the aces category, as that serve gave Patterson a little bit of trouble. Sherman's blocked, Pacific still with it. Carpenter now. And she will get the kill as she went cross court to that back corner, and it went off of the Don dig attempt and into the band. And so back in front by 1 is Pacific, 16-15. Denneman back to serve. Serve handled by To'o. And now Denneman for Pacific. Patterson the swing. Dig by Dalla Vecchia. Garcia. And she's stuffed at the net. Sherman and Carpenter combine on the block. And Pacific now with a 17-15 lead here in set 1. It's Sherman, Carpenter, and Patterson in the front row for Pacific. Denneman the jump serve. Garcia will get the swing for the Dons. Nice dig by the Scriver. And Sherman kind of flat-footed swing, and that one's going to find its way over towards me. Ursula Staka back to serve. Tigers lead by 1. Denneman from deep. Staka there on the dig. Now Garcia. And that one's into the antenna. Kind of an awkward looking sequence there at the net. And Garcia was kind of flat-footed, just tried to punch it over and punched it right into the antenna. So the attack error, and it's 18-16 Pacific. Sherman now back to serve. Again, Garcia. This time she will get the kill off the block, off of Scott Leinsberg, and the point for the Dons. Wada now back to serve. And that one not even close. I missed that back line by a good 3-4 feet. So the service error, Leo and Bradford back on for Pacific, as Leo will head back to serve. the sophomore from Phoenix. 18 aces on the season. 19-17 Pacific here in set one. And there's another block. Kaminsky and Bradford combine on that one. Serve at Garcia. Set middle. Nice dig there by Tubbs. Now Patterson to try to add to the lead. Unable to do so. Hits it wide. Sydenham back in for the Dons in the front row. As Katia Garcia back to serve. Bradford. And the Dons scrambling, able to chase it down and keep it alive. An easy dig there for Leo. Now Patterson. Off the block and out. Her second kill of the night. And the lead now 3 for Pacific. So Patterson off of the kill, back to serve. Zinger unable to put that one down. Nice dig by Patterson. Tipped over by Bradford. Tipped over now by the Dons. Kaminsky punches it up. Now Bradford. Digged by Dallavecchia. And a net violation is called on Denneman. So the point there for the Dons as Tigers lead 21-19 here in set one. Kaminsky, nice dig there by Dallavecchia. Tubbs responds with a nice dig of her own. Bradford will play it over. Not a good set there at all. And a point for Pacific. Sydenham really had no chance to try to attack that ball. Bad set. And right now a 3-point lead for Pacific, as Pacific now 3 points away from hopefully taking a first set, which has been rare in West Coast Conference play. As you see Power Cat dancing there, as right now Pacific out hitting the Dons 167-94. A good portion of this first set. That number was heavily in the Dons' favor, but the Tigers' defense starting to come alive. A couple blocks by Kaminsky at the net. He's a good student turnout there. They're getting ready to hopefully celebrate Pacific taking this first set. Right now, the Dons have 3 players with 3 kills each. Zinger, Garcia, and Sydenham all with 3 kills, although Zinger 3 kills on 13 swings with 3 airs, hitting 0. Garcia hitting 125, Sydenham hitting 333, although she started 3 for 3. Meanwhile, for Pacific, a much more balanced attack here tonight so far. Bradford with 3 kills, 2 kills apiece for Denneman, Kaminsky, Sherman, and Carpenter, and just 1 for Patterson. I thought she had a second one, but for now it looks like just the 1. Either way, right now a 22-19 lead for Pacific here in set 1. Dons use their final timeout. Tubbs back to serve. And that one nearly an ace. Will be a free ball played over. Denneman. Digged by Garcia. And the kill there for Sydenham. So, had not heard from Sydenham, at least putting it down for a kill in quite a while, but gets the kill there, her 4th of the night. Toto back to serve. Sherman kind of pushes it into the block back towards Pacific. Now The swing. Dons will try to chase it down. They do. Garcia will play it over, easily handled by Leo. Denneman. That's a nice dig there by To'o. Trio ball played over. Pacific again on the attack. Bradford again. No touch, hit wide. Timeout called by Pacific. As the Pacific lead down to 1. So some good defense there by the Dons. Ends up in a point for San Francisco after the swing goes wide. Mentioned the Dons had one of their better defensive outings of the season on Saturday in that 5-set win against Gonzaga. They held Gonzaga to under 200 on the night. As the Dons were able to snap their 11-match losing streak with that win against Gonzaga on Saturday for their first win in West Coast Conference play. Pacific looking to try to pick up their first home win of the season. Tigers, of course, their first home match was against BYU. Quite the way to open up the home part of the season. They then took a set against San Diego. And then last Thursday took the first set against Pepperdine before losing in 4, and came from 2 sets down to force a 5th set on Saturday against LMU before dropping the match in 5. Right now, Pacific a 22-21 lead here in set 1. Back-to-back points by the Dons. As To'o once again back to serve. Serves at Bradford. Denneman. And thought the flag was going to say it was off the antenna. Play continues on. And the point for Pacific. Bradford once more, her 4th kill of the night. So during that rally, the official nearest to the Pacific bench held up the flag like he thought the ball hit the antenna. The down official said play on, play continued, and it ended up with the point for Pacific. And the 4th kill of the night for Bradford as the service error there will give the point to the Dons. That the 2nd service error of the night for Pacific. No aces. Dons 2 errors as well, along with 1 ace. Arujo back to serve. Denneman plays it over. Chance for the Dons to tie it here. Not a good set there. Ball kind of trickles over. And a ball played back over. Patterson digged over. Pacific back on the attack. Denneman blocked. Carpenter finds the back corner. Well, not a very smooth point, kind of chaotic, but for the Tigers it ends with the point. And a set point for Pacific. 24-22 Tigers. Denneman to serve. And Patterson comes over by us to keep it alive. Free ball played over by Sherman. Garcia holds off 1 set point with that kill. Garcia now with 4 kills on the night. Tied for the team high along with Sydenham. Still set point Pacific as Staka back to serve. Handled by Tubbs. Patterson. And it's wide. So back-to-back points by the Dons. And we are tied at 24. Patterson's just 1 kill on 8 swings now here in this first set. Patterson, this time she'll put it down. So there's the 2nd kill of the night for Patterson, and we're going to see a substitution for Pacific, as we will see Sharji Sadeghi for the first time, as she will head back to serve.
Now serving for the Tigers, number 3, Sharzi Sadeghi. Set point Pacific.
Sadeghi, the freshman from Manhattan Beach, back to serve. Set point Pacific, 25-24. That serve gave the Dons some trouble. And it'll end with a kill for Carpenter as she takes advantage of the overpass, puts it down, and that'll send the Speedo-clad swimmers and water polo players and whoever sprinting around the concourse of the Spano Center as the Tigers take set one, 26-24. We'll take a short break and be back with the second set. Tigers lead 1-0 here from the Spano Center.
Chose UOP because of the small classroom sizes. I love the idea of the professors, you know, the old slogan, they know who you are, they know your name, and it's more of a friendly, more relaxed atmosphere.
I've loved all the different people that I've been able to meet, people from different backgrounds, from different areas, different countries, definitely come from all over, and that's even going to influence like where you go to eat on a Friday night or whatever. So like all the different food choices, and then Stockton provides a lot of opportunities for you to go and try new things.
I think Stockton has a very small community feel, and I think that translates over to UOP, how we have a small family environment here.
Also at Rebel Point, that's where they hold lots of festivals out there. This year they had the fireworks over there for 4th of July, and it was really nice to go over there and see the city come together and hang out.
I can't imagine being anywhere else.
I think Stockton has a really bright future because of its people, because of the people that care. Something I learned about Stockton is that there are a lot of hidden gems around the city, and you really have to get out there and just put yourself out there and just explore a little with your friends.
Especially going to UOP, every single year you kind of get more and more of a sense of the city that you live in. It's kind of excessively friendly with the people that I've actually stopped to like talk to and have interactions with. It's really friendly, and there are a lot of people just kind of hidden amongst the ranks that really want to make the city a better place, which I think is actually pretty unique.
I think it's a very personal decision where you decide to go to college and spend those 4 years of your life. At Pacific, you know you'll get a great education, but you'll also have a really good time. You'll be a part of a really strong and thriving community.
Welcome back to the Alex G. Spano Center here on the campus of the University of the Pacific in Stockton. Pacific takes set one, 26-24 over the Dons. Just the second time in West Coast Conference play the Tigers have been able to get out to a 1-0 lead. As in that first set, the Tigers trailed early, but were able to come back and hold on for the 26-24 win. The Tigers in that first set out-hit the Dons 176-132. The Dons got 4 kills apiece from Garcia and Sydenham and 3 from Zinger, and those were the only 3 that had kills in that first set for the Dons. Meanwhile, Pacific, 4 kills apiece for Lucy Carpenter and Carissa Bradford. Carpenter, her 4th kill coming there on that final point of the set. So after her 10-kill performance on Saturday, another good start for Lucy Carpenter here tonight. Patterson, 3 kills in that first set, and then 2 kills apiece for Deneman, Kaminsky, and Sherman. So 6 Tigers with 2 kills or more. Meanwhile, just 3 players with kills in that first set for the Dons. And just like we saw the first set start with the Dons serving with a service error. The second set starts with a Pacific serving error. The third service error of the night for Pacific. Tigers had 2 service errors and no aces in that first set. Dons also had 2 service errors and 1 ace in set 1. Bradford unable to put that one down. Staka unable to put it down for the Dons. Now Patterson will get the kill there, her 4th kill now of the night. Patterson, after her 4th kill on 10 swings, will go back to serve. That one gave the Dons a little bit of trouble. Diving dig there by Patterson. Now Bradford will put the Tigers in front. Garcia unable to handle that one. Well, Bradford now with a match-high 5 kills. See there, Garcia trying to go to her right, unable to get the dig. Deep serve handled by Dalavecchia. Easy dig there for Patterson. Kaminsky blocked Leo there to keep it alive. Now Tubbs will play it up. Denham in the swing. Dig by To'o. Off balance swing there from Sydenham, kept alive by Pacific, and then Patterson is blocked by Staka. So the block there for the Dons to tie it at 2. Dons in that first set out dig Pacific 20-19. We saw a couple really good rallies. Denneman blocked. Sherman blocked. One more time Pacific. This time the swing gets over, but an easy dig in the back row, and now Garcia tries to go in the back corner. Leo was there for the dig. Denham in the swing. Digged over. Bradford blocked. Garcia kept it alive. Now Garcia tips it over, and she will get the kill. Bradford tried to push it up, and unfortunately for Pacific, nobody was there, and the ball found its way down for the point. Arujo back to serve. Short serve. Bradford. Dig by Dalavecchia. And then Garcia hits it out. The Dons started celebrating. They thought there was a touch. One of their players kind of looked over at the down official, and he just shook his head. But there was no touch. So we're tied at 3. Tubbs to serve. Garcia, another swing. Easy ball kept alive by Patterson. Now Bradford. Another nice swing for her. Goes cross court, back corner. And Bradford now with 6 kills on the night. Bradford came into the night with 138 kills on the season. And there on the dig, Sherman plays it over. Garcia the swing. Tubbs the sliding dig. Patterson, and that one's long. Bradford had 6 kills in both matches last week, 6 against Pepperdine, 6 against LMU. 4 times this season she's had double-figure kills. Looking like she might be on her way to her 5th, and that one smoked off the Don dig attempt, and then 4 or 5 rows deep behind me. And we take another look there. Denneman gets high, cross court. Really no block up at the net to try to get in the way on that swing. As Pacific leads 5-4. Garcia again. Kind of a softball played over. Sherman with the dig, comes over. Denneman kind of miss it there. A smile on her face as the play continues. Sherman. That one was hit with some smoke on it. And we take another look there. Just a nice little quick set. And the point for Pacific. Garcia again. This time she gets the kill. Garcia sure has gotten a lot of swings here in the second set. Now with 6 kills on 17 swings. And there's the block for the point for the Dons. Zinger, the 6'3" junior from Texas, in on that block. So back-to-back points for the Dons, and we are tied at 6. Denneman. One more time. Kept alive by Arujo. The lefty swing there off the Tiger block. Denman tried to tip it down the line. Arujo there. Now the Scriver, the dig. Denman again. Block, bounces around. And the point for the Dons. As the Scriver tried to play it over and just quite didn't get enough of it. So the attacker there, and the Dons with 3 straight to lead 7-6. Carpenter, the swing, nice dig by Della Vecchia. And that swing from Garcia goes long.
Now serving for the Tigers, number 4, Allison Tinneman.
Garcia, 6 kills now on 19 swings with 4 errors. We got Sydenham with 4, Zinger with 3, and that's been it for the Dons. Just 3 players so far with kills. Garcia one more time. This time she puts it down for the kill. So Garcia now with 7 kills. And the Dons lead 8-7. Meanwhile, Bradford leading the way for Pacific with 6. And you've got Carpenter with 4. Patterson, Sherman, and Denneman all with 3. Patterson, the swing, Pacific back on the attack. Denneman finds the back line. That was really close, but Denneman able to find the line for her 4th kill. And we take another look there. See the Dons trying to say it was out. It just got a piece of that back line. Scriver there on the dig. Now Carpenter, another swing and another kill. Carpenter now with 5 kills. So Bradford and Carpenter leading the way right now for Pacific. Nice job to scramble and just keep that one alive, but unfortunately, that 3rd attempt to get it over didn't quite have enough on it. So going on 2, work there nicely for the Dons to tie it back up at 9. As Dalla Vecchia back to serve. Jumping deep serve, and that one was closer to landing in the lap of a dance team member than it was finding that back line. So the service error, the 3rd service error on the night for the Dons, both sides with 3 service errors, just 1 ace by the Dons back in set 1. Swing there by Sydenham, easily handled by Pacific. And that one will find its way down for a Tiger point. So the kill there for Kaminsky. Her third kill of the night. I see Kaminsky there at the net. Near overpass. And that one put down by Kaminsky. Thought there was going to be an overpass, and there wasn't. Dons, though, able to softly play it over. And might as well have been an overpass. Kaminsky, an easy put down for her. You see, just softball played over, and he almost didn't even have to jump. So back-to-back kills for Kaminsky. She now has 4 on the night, and a timeout called by the Dons. As Pacific leads here in set 2, 12-9, leading 1 set to none. Tigers took the opening set 26-24. A first set that saw 9 ties and 4 lead changes, and both sides with good-sized leads evaporate before the Tigers held on for that 26-24 set 1 win. Right now, Pacific on the night out hitting the Dons 163 to 121. Mentioned both sides, 3 service errors, 1 ace for the Dons. Pacific out killing San Francisco 25 to 14. Pacific, though, also with 5 more attack errors. And right now, Pacific leading 1 set to none, 12-9 here in set 2. Still just 3 players with kills for the Dons. Garcia with 7, Sydenham with 4, and Zinger with 3. Meanwhile, Pacific has 6 players with at least 3 kills each, led by Bradford with 6 and Carpenter with 5. And out of the timeout, the service error by Pacific. So going into tonight, expect probably Patterson and Denneman to lead the way, the 2 Tigers with over 200 kills on the season. Patterson had a tough first set right now with 3 kills on 12 swings. Denneman with 4 kills. As Denneman handles that serve, and now Bradford another swing. Digged by Garcia. Sydenham. Denneman keeps it alive. Kaminsky not able to put that one down. Garcia another dig. Now Sydenham another swing. Kept alive by Denneman in the back row. Bradford. Good rally here. Another dig for Denneman. Patterson. That one's long, no touch. Well, we've seen a couple times here tonight some good defense by the Dons, just keeping balls alive. Ending up in Dons points after attack errors by Pacific, and that was the case there. Kaminsky. Blocked. Patterson now. And we're going to replay the point. So at first they were going to, I think, call the back row attack. Instead, they will replay the point. Although the point's still up on the board, I'll check on that one. That attack error goes long. And a timeout called by Pacific. So tied at 12. So the attack error and the timeout called by Pacific. So that error by Bradford ties things up at 12. Right now, Pacific out hitting San Francisco 129 to 115. A lot of numbers pretty similar, although big difference in kills, but it's taken away a little bit because of the attack errors. 11 more kills by Pacific, but 7 more attack errors as well, also by the Tigers. So 12-12 out of the timeout. You can certainly hear that PA, Mike. So after the attack here by Bradford, tied at 12. Both sides have used a timeout here in this set. Out of the timeout, Bradford gets the swing, not able to put that one down. Don's a chance to go back in front. Another dig by Denman in the back row. Kaminsky, dig by Garcia. Toe keeps it alive, and then free ball played over by Sydenham. Kaminsky again. That one looked like it went off the face of Staka. That one smoked inside the back line by Patterson to put Pacific back in front. The block there from the Dons a little late. As Patterson the kill, and now back to serve. And then the ball bounces around and finally lands as Sydenham is blocked for the point. 14-12 Pacific. That serve gives the Dons a little bit of trouble. Ball touched over. That's a nice kill by Sophie Sydenham. Really had no other shot but what she did. A soft touch over the Tiger block, and it found the Spanos center floor. So the kill there for Sydenham, her 5th of the night. Arujo now back to serve. 14-13 Pacific, handled by Patterson. Kaminsky, not the best swing there. Now Garcia, not able to put that one down. Great job by Pacific just to keep that alive, but it won't matter. Staka with her first kill of the night. And finally, a 4th Dawn records a kill. And Staka on her 6th swing puts it down. And we are tied at 14. Bradford puts Pacific back in front. 7 kills now on the night for Bradford. She continues to lead the way for Pacific. And she has 7 kills on 23 swings. Carpenter then with 5, and then 3 Tigers with 4 kills apiece. Garcia again. Digged over by Patterson. Garcia again, this time the touch. And Pacific will end up playing the free ball over. Garcia for a 3rd time. This time she gets the kill. Now Garcia, after that sequence, 8 kills now on the night on 24 swings. And the ace. Second ace of the night for the Dons. Staka, the 6'3" freshman from Croatia, gets the ace, and the Dons in front 16-15 here in set 2. Denneman not able to tie it back up. Garcia again. Tubbs to dig, and it finds its way just over the net. And the kill for the Dons. Grace Rogers with her first kill. Kind of a happy little dance sequence there by the Dons as Victoria Grace Rogers, the 6-foot sophomore from Texas, with her first kill of the night. So a couple of Dons finally get their first kills of the night, and ace as well from Staka. And the Dons have come from behind and lead now 17-15 here in set 2. So the Dons have a nice lead about midway through set 1 before Pacific came back, took control, then had to hold on for the 26-24 set win. And right now the Dons in front 17-15, looking to try to tie things up at a set apiece. Mentioned these two sides played already earlier this season in San Francisco, the second game of the West Coast Conference season for the Tigers, a game that saw Pacific drop set 1, then take sets 2 and 3 before the Dons forced a fifth set, but the Tigers won that fifth set 15-13, one of many 5-set matches the Tigers have played this season. And we'll see. Perhaps we're in for another lengthy match here tonight. Right now the Dons out of the timeout lead 17-15. Pacific now out of timeouts. Dons still with 1. Bradford. Cross court dig by Staka. Now Garcia extends the Dons lead. And that's a nice shot from a tough angle by Garcia. And the Dons now with a 3-point lead and a service error. So both sides now with 4 service errors on the night. Dons do have 2 aces, including the one from Staka during that run. 18-16 Dons. Deep serve handled well by the Dons. Garcia will play a softball over, almost didn't find its way over. Carpenter not able to put that one down. And that one's blocked, but out. So Garcia once again off the block and out. And the Dons lead back to 3 as Garcia, the first in the double figures now with 10 kills on the night. Garcia on Saturday had 23 kills against Gonzaga. And right now with 10 here tonight. Sherman not able to put that one down. And there's a block by Pacific. A much needed point there. Sherman and Carpenter combine on that block. As we take a look once again at that block. And actually that was just all Carpenter. Sherman coming over as well, but Carpenter the block there. Cuts the lead down to 2 as Denneman. A little bit of an aggressive serve there, perhaps looking for an ace instead. It's the service error. And it's the Dons the first to 20. Garcia now back to serve. Serve received by Denneman. Sherman. And the Tigers, a net violation there. Called on Sherman. Carpenter. And that's an attack error, and this second set is getting away from Pacific. And we're going to see a substitution made by Pacific as Kalen Saylor will come in replacing Carpenter in the front row. So the first we've seen of Saylor here tonight, the freshman middle blocker from Brentwood. And there's an ace. Third ace of the night for the Dons. Second ace of the set. Second ace of about the last 6 or 7 points. And the Dons 2 points away from tying this matchup at a set apiece. So Garcia, her first ace of the night to go along with her 10 kills. This serve handled by Tubbs. Patterson blocked. Now a battle at the net. And the point for the Dons. I think the call was Saylor into the net. Set point for the Dons, 24-17. Garcia still serving. Service error. The Tigers going to need to go on a run now with Jaden Tubbs at the service line. 24-18 Dons. Just off the top of the net. And the lefty swing there from Zinger, and that'll do it. So USF comes from behind here in set two, ties things up at a set apiece as the Dons take set two, 25-18. We will take a short break and be back with set three. Dons and Tigers tied at a set apiece here from the Spano Center.
Communication skills are key, not only because I'm a communication major, but even our students who are not communication majors, they learn a lot.
If you had an interest in politics or maybe being some type of sports manager or something along those lines, communication can lead you to do those types of things.
The professors here in the communication department really inspired me.
I love this communication major. I was so glad that I picked it.
I'm on the speech and debate team, and I'm a communication major. Being on the speech and debate team also gave me like a lot of opportunities outside of outside of just scholarship opportunity, but like traveling and networking. We did really well this semester. We won almost every single tournament we went to.
A lot of what I do here at Pacific is help with the radio department. I help broadcast some of the games as well as host my own show. Just get to be a part of something that I've never thought I would do.
The class I'm taking right now, writing for media, we've done some script writing. It's been a pretty interesting process, actually one of my favorites.
I just did a social media project for my classes, so I learned how to use each of the platforms and what type of language I'm supposed to use on all of them.
I joined the speech and debate team and found out this whole world of communication that was everything I'd enjoyed. Research, looking up concepts, understanding people, and I was like, this is perfect.
Everything we do is communication, from nonverbal communication to intended messages, to the things we wear.
Communication is the essence of everything.
The Alex G. Spano Center, we are tied at a set apiece between the Dons and the Tigers. Pacific took set one, 26-24, but the Dons with the 25-18 set two win to tie things up at a set apiece. Right now the Dons out hitting Pacific 145-111. Although the Tigers with 6 more kills, but also 6 more attack errors on the night. Both sides with 5 service errors, although the Dons with 3 aces. Tigers still without an ace here tonight. Garcia has led the way for the Dons, 10 kills on 28 swings, hitting .214. Sydenham with 5 kills, Zinger with 4, and then Staka and Rogers a kill apiece, both late in that second set after the big three kind of had all the kills for most of the night so far. Meanwhile, for Pacific, Bradford has led the way with 7 kills, hitting .208. Carpenter with 5 kills on 12 swings. And then you have Denneman, Kaminsky, and Patterson, 4 kills apiece. Patterson the third set underway. And the first point of the set for Pacific. Bradford continuing to add to her outstanding night, her 8th kill. Mentioned all the numbers for Pacific. Also, Sherman with 3, as that one will end up in a point for the Dons, as Deneman tried to keep it alive but couldn't do so without crossing over the center line. So the point there for the Dons. To'o back to serve. Soft serve handled by Tubbs. Kaminsky, friendly roll off the top of the net. Don's now on the attack. An easy dig there off the swing of Sydenham for Tubbs. Now Bradford unable to put that one down. Ball pushed up into the sky by Wada. Tipped over. Deneman saw that one coming the whole way, able to keep it alive. Bradford. And somehow the Dons keep it alive once again. Deneman. Ball pinballing around. Free ball played over by Della Vecchia. Kaminsky finally ends that long rally with the kill. Kaminsky now with 5 kills on the night. But again, crazy scramble, long rally back and forth. But this time the Tigers not giving away the point on attack here. Get the kill from Kaminsky. Nice job there by Bradford to keep it alive. Deneman off the Dons, and now that kind of awkward swing by Staka. Deneman, another kill for her. 5 kills now for Allison Deneman. And when these two sides played earlier this season, Patterson had 26 kills, Deneman had 21. Right now, Deneman and Patterson just 9 kills combined between the two. Dig by Tubbs. Deneman again. Off the Don block. Now Bradford. She's blocked, then kind of pushes it over. Now the Dons will get a swing. Sydenham. And she will get the kill. Sydenham now with 6 kills. Substitution. Arujo back on for the Dons. And she will head back to serve. The 5' senior from Long Beach. With the interesting pre-serve setup as the lift called on Pacific. So back-to-back points for the Dons. And we're tied at 3 here in set 3, tied at a set apiece. And there's a service error. 6th service error of the night for the Dons. Anna Describer back on, and we'll head back to serve. Nice attempt there, but unable to keep it alive. The kill there for Garcia. And Scriver kind of hollering after that one. Perhaps disappointed she didn't get more of it to keep it up. Garcia now with 11 kills. Staka back to serve, has one of their 3 aces. Sherman. That one was hit hard. Nice set there for Sherman quickly in the middle as she puts that one down for her 4th kill of the night. And Pacific back in front, 5-4 as Deneman the serve. That serve gave the Dons some trouble. Patterson. Get the kill. That ball had some spin. Kind of went off the Don block, and they were able to barely get it over, but it kind of continued to spin along the top of the net and found its way out. So the kill there for Patterson, her 5th. And a 6-4 lead now for Pacific here in set 3. Get the floor cleaned up there a little bit. Serve handled by Dalla Vecchia. And then the quick kill for the Dons. Wada back to serve. Received by Patterson. Now Patterson the swing. Digged by Dalla Vecchia. Tipped over. Patterson on the dig for Pacific. Denneman gets the kill. Denneman now with 6 kills. And to see perhaps Denneman and Patterson get things going here for them. They're both struggling. Denneman 6 kills on 29 swings. Patterson just 5 on 17 swings. Not a good set there. And the Dons get another chance. Garcia. No touch. So the attacker there by Garcia, her 5th attack here on the night. And it's 8-5 Pacific. Nice job there by Ali Wada on 2. Gets the kill, her first kill of the night. Sydenham back into the front row as Katia Garcia back to serve. Patterson. Digged by Dalla Vecchia in the back. Nice block by Kaminsky. Don still with it. Carpenter able to keep it alive. Now Carpenter will get the swing. That one's blocked, and there's a nice attempt to keep it alive by Patterson, but unable to do so. So the point for the Dons. That serve not handled well by Pacific. Overpass put down by Sydenham, and we're tied at 8. Sydenham now with 6 kills on the night, tied for 2nd on the team along with Zinger behind Garcia's 12. Garcia, service error. I haven't seen a whole lot of service errors by the 2 sides here tonight, but the ones that we have seen have not been close. Substitutions, Leo on the serve, Bradford on in the front row for Pacific, along with Kaminsky and Patterson. Leo, 16 assists on the night so far. Sydenham again. Sydenham now with 7. And we're back tied at 9. Dalla Vecchia. Jumping serve. Couple Tigers almost running into each other, trying to get to that one. Sydenham down the line. Nice job by Leo with the right-handed dig. Now Bradford the swing. Sliding dig by Dalla Vecchia. Left-handed swing there by Zinger off the Tiger block and out for the kill. Zinger now with 7 kills on 24 swings. So her and Sydenham both with 7. Garcia a match high 12. Meanwhile, Pacific led by Bradford's 8. Tubbs handles that serve well. Now Patterson, and that one hit long. And that'll get head coach Greg Gibbons to call a timeout as the Dons lead 11-9 here in set 3. Tied at a set apiece right now. The Dons hitting 184, Tigers hitting 126. Tigers with 4 more kills on the night, but also 7 more attack errors. Service errors, 7 by the Dons, 5 by Pacific. Donzo with 3 aces, Pacific with no aces so far tonight. Mentioned Garcia's led the way for the Dons with 12 kills on 34 swings, hitting .206. Sydenham with 7 kills, hitting .217. And Zinger with 7 kills, hitting .130. Then you've got a kill apiece from Wada, Staka, and Rogers for the Dons. While Pacific, led by Bradford, 8 kills, hitting .207. Deneman now with 6 kills, hitting .138. And then Kaminsky, Carpenter, and Patterson all with 5 kills apiece. Kaminsky hitting .357, Carpenter hitting just .77, and Patterson hitting 0. While Sherman with 4 kills as well for Pacific, as the Dons lead here in set 3, 11-9, tied at a set apiece. Kaminsky, and that one had all sorts of spin, finds its way over to the Don side of the net, and then that swing is into the net. So the point for Pacific, the attack error. The block of Kaminsky and Bradford were both right there. Had that not been hit into the net. So Pacific gets the point out of the timeout. And very quickly, the lead back to 2. Zinger. Another kill for her. She now has 8. Mona To'o. Back to serve. And that one, again, not even close. That one, good 5 feet long. So the lead cut down to 1. Tubbs back to serve for Pacific. 12-11 Dons here in set 3. And Staka with her second kill. Saw her get her first kill late in set 2. Now the kill there. Staka 2 kills on 8 swings. The 6'3" freshman from Croatia. Serve handled by Patterson. Deneman will get the swing. That dig by To'o way high into the sky. And it ends with another kill from Katia Garcia. "13 kills now for Garcia. Arujo serving. And then another service error. Describer and Carpenter back in for Pacific. Bradford and Leo off. Garcia again. And again, Garcia gets the kill. It's no secret. Their offense has been going through Garcia all night long. And it works again there for her 14th kill, and the Dons lead is 3. Carpenter kept the line by To'o. Garcia with the soft touch over. Carpenter there to keep it alive. Deneman the swing and the kill for Pacific. 7 kills now for Deneman. As after the kill, she'll now head back to serve. 15-13 Dons here in set 3. Deneman, 19 aces on the season. Pacific still looking for their first ace of the night. And that good serve there gave the Dons some trouble. And the point for Pacific, Sherman and Carpenter at the net. Thought for a second we might get a timeout. Well, no aces certainly some serves have given the Dons some trouble and gotten them out of rotation. Chance for Pacific to tie it up. Patterson, and she does. Off the block and out. Patterson with her 6th kill of the night. And that'll get a timeout called by the Dons as Pacific has gone on a little tiny run here to tie things back up at 15 here in set 3. And I think going in tonight would have been surprised with anything other than a 4 or 5 set match between these two sides. Pacific 11-9 on the season, but they have just one win in straight sets. That coming all the way back at the very beginning of the season. The Tigers back on August 30th. In fact, just their second game of the season, their second win of the season, won in straight sets over Montana. Since then, everything has been in 4 or 5 sets for the Tigers when they have been victorious. Meanwhile, the Dons, they have just 5 wins on the season, but a couple of those coming in straight sets. In fact, 3 of their 5 wins this season have been in straight sets. The other 2 both coming in 5 sets, including that one on Saturday, the 5-set win over Gonzaga that snapped their 11-match losing streak. Right now, tied at a set apiece and tied at 15 here in set 3. Bradford still leading the way for Pacific with 8 kills, although she's been quiet as of late. Patterson up to 6 kills, Deneman up to 7 for Pacific. Meanwhile, Garcia, 14 kills on 39 swings, hitting .205 to lead the way for the Dons. Zinger with 8, Sydenham with 7, as Deneman still serving out of the timeout. And digged by Descriver. Chance for Pacific to go in front. Patterson puts Pacific in front. Not the most perfect kill, but worked nonetheless. So Patterson now has 7 kills on the night. And Pacific has come from behind to take the lead here in set 3. And an ace. There's the first ace of the night for Pacific. The 20th ace on the season for the sophomore Allison Deneman. As Pacific now leads 17-15 here in set 3. First seems like the Tigers have gone on some good runs this season. A lot of times with Deneman at the service line. And they have here Tubbs to dig. A chance for Pacific to add to their lead. Deneman with a soft touch. Nice diving dig there by To'o to keep it alive. Pacific, though, another chance. Deneman again. Again, To'o with the dig. Garcia. Tubbs keeps it alive. And Pacific the free ball over. Great rally here. And nice idea, but put wide by Wada. And I have a quick stoppage here to wipe up the floor. Another great rally between these two sides, and Wada tried to go on 2 and played it back behind her towards us on the far side and just had a little bit too much on that one. It went wide, and this Pacific run continues. Deneman still serving. Garcia, free ball over. Kept alive by Delavecchia in the back row. Now Garcia, the swing. Tubbs keeps it alive, overpass put down by the Dons. Grace Rogers with her 2nd kill on the night. And that snaps the Tiger run, but Pacific still with an 18-16 lead here in set 3. Wada back to serve. Line drive serve handled by Tubbs. Now Patterson will get the swing. Kept alive in the back corner by Arugel. And now the lefty swing there from Zinger is wide left. Now we've seen the lefty Zinger go cross court on a lot of swings, and this time puts it wide. And right before the whistle for the serve to go on, a timeout called by the Dons. Their final timeout of this third set. Pacific still with a timeout. but a 19-16 Pacific lead here in set 3. Don still with the better hitting percentage on the night, but right now Pacific looking to try to take a 2-1 lead. Garcia continues to lead the way with a match high 14 kills, but she has had a lot of swings, 41 swings already here tonight for Garcia, hitting 195. Zinger with 8 kills, hitting just 77 after that last attack there. Meanwhile, Sydenham 7 kills, hitting 217. Stocka and Rogers now with 2 kills apiece. Wada with 1. Bradford's still leading the way for Pacific with 8 kills, although she's now joined by Riley Patterson also with 8. Bradford hitting 207, Patterson now 130. And Denneman starting to heat up as well. Denneman now with 7 kills, hitting 152. Kaminsky and Carpenter 5 apiece, Sherman with 4. 19-16 Pacific, Sherman serving. Handled by Della Vecchia. Rogers, or Garcia I should say, on that swing. Singer unable to put that one down. Denneman keeps it alive. Kaminsky the swing. Digged by Arujo. Now Garcia gets the kill. You know it's going to Garcia pretty much for the Dons. She gets that one down for her 15th kill. And we'll head back to serve. Garcia also has an ace, one of the Dons' 3 aces. And there's a service error. So Garcia does have 15 kills and an ace, but now 4 service errors as Pacific, the first of 20. And you can see in the lower part of your screen, the shirts are flying. As the swimmers hoping to get ready to celebrate a set 3 win, although still 5 points away. Friendly roll there, nearly an ace. Nice job by the Dons to keep it alive. Ball play towards the back, easy dig for Denneman. Bradford, hadn't heard from her in a while, but she gets that one there. Now her 9th kill of the night. Yeah, she nears double figures. 21-17, Leo serving. Handled by Garcia. Sydenham unable to put it down. Donzo another chance. Sydenham again, and this time she is blocked by Riley Patterson for the point. And the Dons head coach Frank Lavrisha is going to challenge as he came over and was having a word with the down official Thomas Matthews. And we're going to have a replay on that last point. So we'll see if the point stands. We saw a replay earlier, a challenge by Pacific get overturned for the Tigers' benefit. And the Dons hoping to try to do that as well here on that last point. As right now Pacific leads 22-17 here in set 3. For now, that last point, an attack here by Sydenham, blocked by Patterson. Trying to read lips, and I think they're challenging that perhaps Patterson was into the net on the block. But we'll see as officials over at the monitor, kind of scrolling around, looking at the replay. The officials here tonight, the R1, John Kenyon, R2, Thomas Matthews Jr., and then on the lines, Michael Ellerby and Duel Gomez. Some familiar faces. And that didn't take long. And the point will stand for Pacific. So, nice to see. The replay there did not take very long. And very quickly the call confirmed. So 22-17 Pacific and the service error. 6 service errors now for Pacific to go along with an ace. The Dons I've had the service there starting to pile up here as well. They now have 10 airs to go with their 3 aces. Jump serve handled by Tubbs. And that one will find its way over. Dons. And the violation called there on Bradford. Thought maybe we're going to have a challenge by Greg Gibbons, but he was just checking on the timeout situation. Pacific still has a timeout. The Dons do not. Bradford not able to get the kill. Free ball played over by Garcia. Kaminsky. And it's hit wide. And that timeout that Coach Gibbons was asking about, he has now used. So 22-20 now here in this third set. Back-to-back points for the Dons. First the kill by Zinger and then the attack here by Kaminsky. As Tigers and Dons tied at a set apiece. Garcia 15 kills to lead the way for the Dons. Bradford with 9 for Pacific. As once again Pacific very quickly back out onto the court after using their final timeout of this third set. Don still over in their huddle off to our right. And there's an interesting band playing. Not quite sure how effective playing a cowbell while one person's laying on their back is, but you know, to each his own. Having fun over there. And been a pretty competitive, action-packed night so far here. Tied at a set apiece. Tigers leading 22-20. Bradford. And she will be the first Tiger into double figures on the night. 10 kills now on the night for Carissa Bradford. And so out of the timeout, Pacific able to get the point. Bradford, the 5th time this season she's had double-digit kills. And the service there will give the serve back to the Dons. Bradford had 12 kills early in the season against UC Davis. Also had 12 kills against San Diego, but right now with 10, perhaps on her way to a season high. Toe, back to serve. Bradford not able to add to her total. Nice dig by Patterson in the back row. Kaminsky digged by Della Vecchia. And the point for Pacific. Set point for Pacific, 24-21. Tubbs back to serve, looking to try to put Pacific up 2-1. Tubbs the dig, a chance to end it here for Pacific. Patterson, and she does. So Pacific comes back after a tough second set to take set 3, 25-21. Off to the races go the swimmers. Off to the break we'll go. Tigers lead 2-1 here from the Spano Center. Welcome back to the Alex G. Spano Center as we get set for set 4 here between the Dons and the Tigers. Pacific leads 2-1. Another score is going on right now in the West Coast Conference. BYU leading 2-1, although tied at 16 in the fourth. Pepperdine with a 2-0 lead over San Diego. And Santa Clara right now a 2-1 lead against St. Mary's. There's 2-1. Pacific leading here, looking to try to pick up their first home win of the season. Tigers took set 1 26-24. Dons took set 2 25-18, and then the 25-21 set 3 win for Pacific. Set 4 is underway. Swing there by Zinger, unable to be put down. Free ball played over by Pacific. Zinger again. Again blocked. Dons though still with it. Sydenham the touch and the kill. Both sides had their best hitting sets of the night. In set 3, Tigers hit 256. Dons hit 213 in that third set. Patterson with 5 kills of her 8 on the night in that third set, and there's the block for the Dons. And so the first 2 points of this fourth set for the Dons. Bradford has led the way for Pacific with 10 kills. Patterson 8, Denneman 7. The Dons have been led by Garcia with 15. Leo gets her first kill of the night. Dons nearly are able to get that up, but ball just barely found the Spano Center floor, and so the first point for Pacific in the fourth set, thanks to the kill from Gabby Leo. Easy dig there for Patterson in the back. Now Bradford. Kept alive by the Dons. Sydenham. And that one's out. Sydenham, 8 kills now on 30 swings. That's just her 4th attack here of the night. And that serve will end up in an ace as that one gave Dalavecchia all sorts of trouble. So the second ace of the night for Pacific. The first ace of the night for Jaden Tubbs, her 22nd ace on the season. Second on this Tigers team behind Patterson's 23. Garcia digged by Tubbs. Denneman. And the Dons will try to chase it down, and eventually the ball will find the Spano Center floor. And the point for Pacific. So another kill for Denneman. Her 8th now on the night. As her and Patterson both kind of started to get things going there in that third set for Pacific. Denneman had 3 kills in that third set. Patterson had 5 and Bradford had 3. And there's a service there. Substitution. Arujo on, and we'll head back to serve. Replacing Sydenham. Serve handled by Patterson. Denneman off the top of the net. And Garcia, the attack here. Substitutions for Pacific. Anna Descriver back to serve. A look at her there. And that serve gives the Dons some trouble. They're going to end up hitting it over and hitting it wide. Garcia kind of spinned in frustration after hitting that one wide. So back-to-back attack errors by Katia Garcia. And an early timeout called by the Dons here in set 4 as Pacific leads 6-3 and 2-1. So Garcia now 15 kills on 47 swings with 8 errors, hitting 149. And then Zinger and Sydenham also with 30 swings each. And then after that, no other Dons player has more than 9. That coming from Stocko, who has 2 kills on 9 airless swings. Meanwhile, probably coming into the night, you'd expect Denneman and Patterson to be the one with mid-30 swings right now. And Denneman has 36 swings, has 7 kills, hitting just 111. But Bradford has had a nice night, 10 kills on 34 swings to lead the way. Patterson up to 8 kills now on 24 swings. So 6-3 Pacific here in set 4. Tigers will be back home on Saturday at noon for Santa Clara. Overpass put down by Sherman. Sherman with a smile there. She nearly hit that one a little too wide, but able to find the line for her 5th kill of the night on 13 swings. Garcia, one more time. 16 kills now for her. So after the Garcia kills, Stocka back to serve. And it's into the net. Her second service error. The 11th service error for the Dons. First set or two, both sides serving pretty clean, with the service errors starting to pile up here as we get later in this match. Garcia, that was one of the better looking sets for Garcia, and she absolutely hammered that one. Garcia now with 17 kills. Sherman, another kill for her, her second kill of this set. Sherman now up to 6 kills on the night. Nice block there. Don's able to keep it alive. Garcia off of Kaminsky's hand. Now Tigers will set up Patterson, and that one will find the seats. And a kill for Riley Patterson, her 9th. (10-5) Pacific. Serve. See by Della Vecchia. Zinger, the left-handed swing. Nice dig by Denneman in the back once again. Carpenter, tough angle, easily handled by the Dons. And then Garcia into the net. A lot of the kill totals might not be there for Patterson and Denneman tonight. Both have done the work defensively. 17 digs for Patterson, 12 for Denneman. And the kill there for the Dons. We also got Tubbs with 16 digs, so 3 Tigers with double-digit kill or dig totals on the night. Standing serve handled by Denneman in the back, and that swing from Carpenter nowhere close. Garcia serving. After all these attack errors, or service errors, See if they keep going with a very conservative serve not to give away points. Patterson. Nice dig there by Garcia. Zinger puts that one down, and the lead is cut to 3. Zinger now in the double figures with 10 kills on the night. Zinger, the second Don in the double figures. Of course, Garcia with a match high 18. And after commenting perhaps a little bit more of a conservative serve to make sure they don't give away points with service errors, we get a service error. The 12th of the night for the Dons to go along with 3 aces. Pacific 8 service errors to go with their 2 aces. As Gabby Leo back to serve. Garcia digged by Leo. Bradford. Garcia the dig for the Dons. Zinger off of Tubbs and into the seats. Staka back into the front. As Dallavecchia back to serve. Tubbs diving forward, keeps that one alive. Patterson off the block and out for the point. Patterson now in the double figures with 10 kills. Staka plays it over. Easy dig there for Pacific. Denneman. That one was touched. So Denneman now with 8 kills on the night. (14-9) Pacific. Nice serve there by Patterson. And then Patterson the dig. Kaminsky just finds the back line for the point. So Kaminsky with 6 kills. And the lead is 6 for Pacific here in set 4, 15-9. Tigers here in set 4. Pacific leading 2-1. The hitting percentage still pretty even on the night, but Tigers looking like they are on their way to their first home win of the season. Although we've seen some good runs by both sides here tonight, and so certainly wouldn't say it's a guarantee at this point. Tigers just barely out hitting the Dons on the night, 163-53. Attackers starting to get much more even. Just one more attacker by Pacific, 4 more kills by the Tigers. And you've got 3 aces and 12 errors for the Dons, 2 aces and 8 service errors for Pacific. Garcia is still leading the way for the Dons with 18 kills. Zinger in the double figures with 11. Garcia also with 10 digs, so a double-double for her. You've got Dallavecchia with 26 digs to lead the way for the Dons. Blocked by Kaminsky. Dons still with it. Zinger again, not able to put that one down. Patterson in the back row, another dig for her. Bradford. 11 kills now for Bradford to lead the way for Pacific. Bradford one of 2 Tigers in double figures. Patterson the other with 10 kills to go along with 20 digs for Patterson. Overpass put down by Kaminsky. 7 kills now for Kaminsky. And the lead continues to grow for Pacific here in set 4, 17-9. The biggest lead of the night for either side. And that one just goes long, and Dalla still laughing about her move to get out of the way of that one. She really got out of the way late to let that one go long. Serve handled by Tubbs. Denneman will get her 9th kill of the night. Went down the line. The Don's player was there, but her attempted dig found its way over and into the seats. Tubbs back to serve. And a service error. Substitution for the Dons. Arujo back on, and we'll head back to serve as Sydenham takes the seat. Bradford, another kill for her. That ties her season high with 12. I believe the 3rd time this season, Bradford with 12 kills in a match. And right now, a 19-11 lead for Pacific. And another service here. I want to say, it feels like the last 3 points the Dons have scored have all come courtesy of Pacific service errors. Still a comfortable lead for Pacific. Sherman, digged by Arujo. Garcia unable to put that one down. Patterson in the back row continues to add to her stat totals. Denneman not able to get the kill. Another dig for Patterson. Over 20 digs on the night for her. Play continues. Garcia, one more dig for Patterson, but the overpass put down. I believe that was Victoria Grace Rogers with her 3rd kill on the night. Staka back to serve. Denneman blocked. Garcia also had Grace Rogers up to her right, but I believe that was all Garcia on that block. Still a 5-point lead for Pacific late here in set 4. Carpenter finds the back corner. Carpenter now with 6 kills. Another look there. This goes up. Also was touched as well. So Tigers first to 20, 20-14. Denneman serving. Garcia. Nice diving dig there by Tubbs. Carpenter again. Kept alive by To'o. Garcia. Hasn't had a kill in a little while, but finally the kill there, and she is up to 20 kills on the night. So after 23 kills on Saturday, 20 kills here tonight, but right now it may not be enough for the Dons. Sherman, another kill for her. 7 kills now for Sedona Sherman. And after the kill, Sherman will head back to serve. And there's an ace. The 3rd ace on the night for Pacific. The 7th ace on the season for Sherman. And so after the kill, Sherman the ace. And the Tigers 3 points away from a victory here tonight. Zinger, and that one's wide right. Dons don't have any timeouts, and right now they're running out of time. 23-15 Pacific here in set 4, up 2-1. Garcia. I think Kaminsky called into the net. Will give the point and the kill to Garcia, which would be her 21st on the night. And a service error. And that'll bring up match point. Substitutions for Pacific. Leo on to serve. Bradford in to the front row. A match point Pacific, 24-16. Sydenham unable to put that one down. Pacific a chance to end it here. Bradford. That would have been a nice one to have to end it. Free ball played over. Another chance for Pacific to end it here. See if they go back to Bradford. No. Kaminsky digged by Garcia. Zinger blocked. Back over. Pacific another chance. Bradford digged by Della Vecchia. Zinger. Good rally here. Kaminsky's blocked. Kaminsky pushes it over, and that'll do it. Kaminsky with the kill, her 8th on the night, and Pacific with their first home win of the season as they defeat the Dons in 4 sets. They dropped set 2, but came back and took sets 3 and 4, 25-16 here in set 4 for the win. So the Tigers get the home win, their 4th win in West Coast Conference play, and their 2nd win over the Dons here this season. The first, of course, in 5 sets in San Francisco, and now in 4 sets here tonight. Some numbers here tonight. The Tigers ended up out-hitting the Dons 185-153. Kills 53-45 in favor of Pacific. Attack errors at one point were heavily with the Tigers with more of them. Ended up the Tigers with just one more attack error on the night. And service errors really started to pile up for both sides late in this match. 13 errors, 3 aces for the Dons, 11 service errors, 3 aces for Pacific. And we'll look at some individual numbers first for the Dons in the loss. They were led by Katia Garcia, 21 kills on the night for her, so she's now up to 245 kills on the season. She hit 207 on the night. Also had an ace and 12 digs, so a double-double for her, but sure she's going to be disappointed. She had 6 service errors here tonight for the Dons. Meanwhile, the lone other Don in the double figures was Zinger, who had 11 kills, hit 108. And then you had Sydenham with 8 kills, hit 125. Della Vecchia led the defense with 26 digs, and To'o also had 20 digs on the night for the Dons in the loss. Meanwhile, for Pacific, the Tigers were led on offense by Carissa Bradford, who had 12 kills on the night, hit 263, the 3rd time this season she has recorded a season-high 12 kills. Riley Patterson also in the double figures, had 10 kills, although just on 27 swings, hit 185. She also had 22 digs on the night, so a big night for Riley Patterson, more so defensively than offensively, which has often been the way she's made the impact. Had 15 kills on Saturday, but 10 tonight, but 22 digs in the win for Pacific. Allison Denneman, 9 kills, just missed the double-double as well, as she had 12 digs on the night. Jaden Tubbs, 16 digs. And Kennedy Kaminsky had the match-ending kill, her 8th kill on the night. She hit 318, the best hitting performance numbers-wise for anybody on this Tigers side. Meanwhile, Sedona Sherman, nice night for her, 7 kills, hit 267. And Lucy Carpenter with 6 kills, hitting 53. And then Gabby Leo, 25 assists, and Honda Scriver with 13 to go along with 9 digs. So both Leo and Scriver both just missing double-doubles as well with 9 digs each. as the Tigers defeat the Dons here in 4 sets tonight. So with the loss, the Dons fall to 5-15 overall on the season, 1-8 in West Coast Conference play. Meanwhile, the Tigers with the win improve to 12-9 on the season and 4-5 in West Coast Conference play. Pacific will be back home on Saturday afternoon, a 12 p.m. start against Santa Clara. So hopefully you can join us for that one either here at the Spanos Center or online for the broadcast. So that'll do it here tonight. For producer Michael Jeremy, I am Paul Meisen saying thank you for joining us. Your final score here this evening, Pacific with their first home win of the season as the Tigers defeat the Dons in 4 sets. Have a good rest of your night, and we will see you on Saturday.